There are lots of ways to get bamboozled. Spending hours and a gazillion dollars online buying bullion is one of them. Invest less time and money in a simple environment focused on discretion, service, and value. Shop at ProvidentMetals.com, the people's bullion dealer.
This is Dabu7, and you are watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television. The government shutdown. Everybody's wondering what's going on with it, and it raises a lot of questions. So we put together here this video to help you get a better understanding of what it means to you and everyone else around you, everybody inside the government that this is affecting, and look at some of the percentages here. Now, October 1st is upon us, and the House and the Senate cannot come to an agreement on largely the Obama bill for the Health Care Act, and they figured they would try to defund it to shut it down, to get it to stop going. Well, the problem is it's already been paid for to start the ball rolling. So it's in place here. Now the government is shut down. People are wondering, well, will I get this? Will I get my Social Security? You know, will we still have soldiers getting paid? These are crucial questions that are being asked by the people that deserve answers, and it's not being clearly defined by much of anyone. Now, each agency will determine if each employee is either essential or non-essential, and the non-essentials will go home and the essentials will stay. Now, the 1.3 million or so essential civilian employees who stay could well see their paychecks delayed. We also have 1.4 million active service military members. Meanwhile, that will get paid no matter what, because the House and Senate specifically passed a bill to guarantee that active duty military pay goes through even when the government is closed. Now, Obama signed that into law, matter of fact, Monday night. So, regardless, the troops will get paid, even if there's a government shutdown. Now, you can come in and you can take a look at how it affects, you know, law enforcement, financial regulators, passports, veterans specifically. And I'll leave a link so you guys can read through all that. This is a lengthy piece of information here that you want to take the time to read thoroughly so you get a really good understanding for yourself. At my pace that I read and present this to you, you may need to read it for yourself a little slower to let it soak in, because there's a lot of numbers and a lot of different avenues of your life here. Let's take a quick look at the departments real quick. The Department of Commerce, 87% of that agency's 46,000 people will be sent home. Now, the Weather Service will keep running, for instance, but the Census Bureau will close down. Now, the Department of Defense, 50% of its employees will go home. Okay, and like I said, all the active duty military members will stay on and stay paid. Environmental engineers, for instance, would get furloughed, and they would not sign any new defense contracts. The Department of Energy, thanks to multi-year funding, parts of the agency can actually operate for a short period of time after September 30th, but eventually 69% of the agency's 13,814 employees will be sent home. Those in charge of nuclear materials and the power grid will stay, while those conducting energy research will go home. Now, when it comes to Environmental Protection Agency, 94% of their employees will be sent home. Now, this is one that jumps out there that many people are going to go right past, and they're not even going to realize it, and it's underlined boldly. This is a fraud. The Federal Reserve, everyone would stay, since the central bank has an independent source of funding. Of course they do. They just keep printing money. Okay, the Department of Health and Human Services, 52% of their 78,000 employees would be sent home. Those running suicide prevention would stay, and those investigating Medicare fraud would go home. The Department of Homeland Security, 14% of their 230,000 employees would go home. Border Patrol would stay, but operations of E-Verify and such would cease. You also have the Department of Housing, the Interior, Department of Justice, Department of Labor, NASA. All of these places affected, and 97% of the 18,000 employees at NASA will be sent home. So much for all the good picks of icing coming up and answering the question to all the recent fireballs coming down as well. Now the Social Security Administration, 29% of their 62,000 employees will go on, and Social Security will continue to pay out for most people because earlier bills already put this into place for a longer period of time. So it's already been put in place. They didn't end September 30th. Now there will be an end date down the road for those same bills that are skating through right now. But as of right now, Social Security will go through, and other benefits will continue as well. But like I said, a lot of people are going to get sent home. There's a quick look at the list and how it's going to affect people in the government. And if you come here and you read this whole thing in a specific area in which you're interested in, you should be able to find your answer to whether, for example, you're going to get your food stamps or not. Okay? I'll leave a link as always. This has been Dabu7, and thank you for watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television.